Hi everyone, I'm Jon Wilson, founder at SocialTap, and today I'm going to share with you some hard-earned lessons as an agency owner. 5 years ago, I founded SocialTap with just myself, and fast forward to today, our team had generated over £200 million worth of sales for our clients. Building this business hasn't been easy, and there's definitely things that I know now that I wish I'd have known 5 years ago. So here I am sharing 9 lessons to help you if you're on a similar journey growing your business. So lesson number 1 is to say no more. It might sound counterintuitive, as a business you want to try and generate as many sales as possible and as many customers, but in reality there'll be certain customers that are the right fit for you. To begin with, you may have to say yes a lot to find out what those customers look like, but once you know, the best bit of advice I can give you is say yes to those customers and no to the ones that don't fit. There's no point trying to fit square pegs into round holes. Overcommitting can stretch your resources thin and distract you from your main goals. It's also likely that you'll overpromise and underdeliver to those clients, leaving your reputation at risk. When you focus on work that aligns to your strengths, you'll get better results for those clients and your business will grow faster. Lesson number 2, you can't help everybody, so don't try. There's a natural urge to try and help every potential client that comes your way. Not every client is going to be a good fit, and sometimes you're going to have to walk away. The truth is, not every client's going to value what you bring to the table. Trying to help everybody leads to burnout, frustration, and ultimately mediocre results. And a client that isn't willing to spend the same amount of time on their own responsibilities and processes as you are managing campaigns is a client that you probably don't want to work with. So it's better to double down on the clients that truly value and benefit from what you offer. Which brings me on to lesson number 3, focus on clients that are the right fit for your services, and I can't stress this one enough. Over the years, we've been more selective with who we work with, and it's been a real game changer for us. When you work with clients that are the perfect match, not only are you more motivated, but the results speak for themselves. Let's face it, we all like to be told how good we are, and your team members will feel the same way too. If you're constantly throwing your team grenades, watch their job satisfaction go through the floor. The clients that are going to stay around for the longest are the ones where the service matches the business needs, and that's how you get sustainable growth. Lesson number 4, resist financial pressures to take on the wrong clients or lower your fees. Lesson number 4 is tough. Clients can come and go in agency world. Sometimes it's not even your fault. Desperation can creep in, especially when cash flow is tight, but resist that temptation. Don't take on the wrong clients and don't lower your fees through desperation. You'll end up in a perpetual loop of winning clients, losing clients, winning clients, losing clients, for the reasons that we've mentioned in the lessons earlier. Those clients that you've taken on out of desperation can actually end up hurting you even more, because you end up spending more time on them and makes your other clients suffer. It also takes your eye away from being able to go and attract the clients that really do fit what you do. It's better to hold out for the right opportunities even when it's tempting to say yes just to get the money coming in. Lesson number 5, steady consistent growth is better than ups and downs. This was advice I was given a few years ago. I was advised to create a boring business, one that has sustainable growth, rather than a business that yo-yos between good performance and bad performance. I've also learned that slow and steady wins the race. When I first started SocialTap, I probably felt like the opportunity was time limited and that I needed to rush things. In reality, I've realized that 5 or even 10 years is not a huge amount of time running a business, and it's better to create a business that's still going to be here in 20 or 30 years time. We focused on gradual, predictable growth, and that's what's helped us build a solid foundation at SocialTap. Lesson number 6, be more patient. This is one that I struggled with in the early days. I felt like our opportunity was time limited, and I felt like we needed to try and grow as quickly as possible. What I've realized since is that the opportunity isn't time limited in our business. New opportunities come along all the time. What we've got to make sure is that we're able to pick and choose those opportunities carefully rather than picking them because we feel like we're in a race. The other thing this has allowed me to do is enjoy it more. Whilst when we were growing the business in the early days, it was great when things were going really well, but when we weren't growing as fast as I wanted to, it really did take the enjoyment out of growing the business. If I could go back and tell myself one thing, it would be to relax and enjoy the journey more. Success doesn't come overnight. It takes years of hard work and trial and error. Trust the process and don't rush it. Lesson number 7 is the right team is everything. Without having the right people, your business isn't going to grow. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that you can't do it yourself. and that you've got to try and find people in the business that are better than you are. When you've got the right people in the right roles, the progression of your business is going to skyrocket faster than you can imagine. Lesson number 8, not everyone's going to work out. Recruitment is really tough. It's probably one of the hardest things in your business, but it's also one of the most important. Sometimes your ego needs to take a backseat. When you've employed someone and it's obviously not a right fit, your ego has to go out of the window and you have to make a tough decision. You probably don't want to admit that the person that you've chosen isn't right. However, prolonging not making a tough decision is going to have a bunch of negative consequences. Firstly, the work that person produces is probably going to be subpar, and secondly, that's going to have a knock-on effect with the rest of your team. So ultimately, you're going to have to make a tough decision at some point, and it's better to do that sooner rather than later. Not only best for you, it's also best for the person concerned. Which leads me on to lesson number 9, hire slow and fire fast. Like I've just said, recruitment is really tough. It takes a long time, and the temptation may be just to hire the first person that looks like they can do the job. But it's important to take your time when bringing somebody new into your team for lots of different reasons. Most successful businesses that employ have multiple stages to their interview process, and there's a reason why. It's so that they can be as sure as possible that person is the right person for that role, and it's the reason why the advice is to hire slow. But like I've just said in the last rule, when you know that person isn't right, it's to admit it and move them out of the business as quickly as you can. If we focus on the hire slow part, if you adopt a process which gives you as much certainty as possible that that person's the right fit for your business, you're going to be able to expand your team faster, the work's going to be better, and again, your business is going to grow sustainably. So to recap, these are the 9 things I wish I knew 5 years ago when I started SocialTap. I hope some of these lessons help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made and help you to fast track your success. If any of these resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And if you found this video valuable, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more insights on business and marketing.